I didn't wake up at 11:30. It's 5. The reason why I messed up is because apparently all my alarms were off, but it's fine because I'll probably start reading around 5:30 and then I'll just continue reading until 5:30 on October 15th. So today's TBR is finishing our Dark Duet. This is book 2 in the 7th Song duology. So this is the epic conclusion. I started it when it first came out, and I've just not wanted to finish it, but I'm gonna finish it. That's the goal. Book 1. This is what I'm starting with. Next is a classic Hellboy and Hell comic. Yeah. Just no explanation needed. I really flipping love Hellboy. Now this is where it kind of gets weird because I don't know which one of these books I want to read first. Sasha Girls and Monster Boys, which I just want to at least start today. I don't feel the need to completely finish it, but I do want to start it today. I do want to start and finish both Wink Poppy Midnight. It's not even like, I think it's barely 250 pages, so I can totally finish this today. And The Language of Thorns by Leigh Bardugo. Both I really super want to finish, so that's the plan. I'm gonna let you guys go. I will update later. But yeah, wish me luck. It's 7:30-ish, basically 7:20, but I'm rounding, so, I'm in my kitchen waiting for my coffee to finish brewing, because I'm tired already. But I am on page 418 out of 522, so I'm like final 100-page mark. I'm ready to finish our Dark Duet. It's so good right now. But yeah, I am just waiting for my coffee to finish brewing because I really want coffee right now. Yeah. I'll update later, probably when I finish that book, and probably when I finish the Hellboy comic, because that's gonna just go by really quickly. So far so good. It's going great. 10 out of 10. I am officially 2 books down. It's not even 9 yet. It's like 8:50, but you know. So, finished this. I cried. I literally cried. It made me cry out loud, and my dad looked at me like I was insane. But it's fine. It's all okay. It's all okay. Because I'm not okay. Anyway, it's such a great duology. 10 out of 10. Would totally recommend. And then I just finished the Hellboy and Hell Volume 1 comic, The Descent. Also a great time. I wasn't nearly as emotional. Would have been better if I read the first series, but I don't have Volume 1. I only have 2 and 3 of that because it's so hard to find these. And like, I'm like a slut for Hellboy, and I like the special ones because it has like extra. Hold on, let me see if I can pull it out. It has extra sketchbooky stuff that I live for. So next on my agenda, it's got to be Wink Poppy Midnight, but I do, like I said, want to start Slasher Girls and Monster Boys, so I'll probably read like a couple stories from here and then head into Wink Poppy Midnight. I will let you guys go. I'm just about to update my social media saying, hey, I've been up for officially like 4-ish hours reading. So not that bad. I'm not actually all that tired. I'm on like my 2nd cup of coffee, which I mean, I think you can guess because I'm kind of like, ooh. But yeah, it's going great. I just finished reading 2 stories from Sasha Girls and Monster Boys. The first being The Birds of Azalea Street by Nova Rinsuma. Not that scary. It was interesting, but not really scary. But the second one, In the Forest Deep and Dark by Carrie Ryan. But what I'm going to be doing is reading a single story out of this for every book I read, so that's why I read 2 right now. But I am going to start in on Wink Poppy Midnight. I'm really excited. I just need to grab another bookmark, because the bookmark I had was put in there. Anyway, I'm going to be starting in on reading this. I'm excited. It should be a fun time. I just finished. It's 1:30ish, and I just finished Wing Poppy Midnight. I did take a lot of breaks while reading this because I had to check up on my dogs because they were being like active earlier. They're not now. They're just kind of napping. But I finally finished this. It's so good. I had such a good time reading this. It was like reading a Wes Anderson film, and if you know me, I love Wes Anderson films. So I'm gonna go and take a shower, but when I come back, I'm gonna be reading the next story in Slash Girls Monster Boys, Amelia Line. So I'm gonna be reading that next, and then I'm gonna be getting some books out of my car because my dad was so gracious and bought me a bunch of books yesterday and apparently bought me more today. So I'm gonna get those out of the car. And then I'm going to be reading The Language of Thorns. And I don't know what else is gonna happen today. It's been great. It's only 1. I got plenty of time left in the day. I'm feeling good. I've read 3 books already today. I'm kind of a god. And I've also cried today. And I've laughed. And it feels so good to be so emotional after feeling dead for so long. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna take a shower because it just sounds like a good idea. Like, I probably should. Yeah. And then I'll come back and read more, but probably in my bed because it's warm and wet hair makes me cold. I'm freshly showered. Can you tell I got wet hair? I'm back in bed. I'm so happy. But okay, so just kind of like a quick review. Done. So great. Done. So great. Done. Also great. I've been reading really good books all day, and like, I'm about to read my 3rd little short story in this. It is about 10 minutes till 2. I have about 15 more hours left in the day. I am doing so well so far. Like, this is going great. I picked up a bunch of spooky books from the library. No Stephen King, unfortunately. I wanted to. I literally went hoping to find it, but it wasn't there. Actually, they had sold out of all their Stephen King books, like, the first day, and I was really sad, but it's fine. It's fine. I definitely would not have been able to read all of it today, but I could have at least started it and scared the shit out of myself. But it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. I got a book of some books. But, like, I also got other scary books. Like, I picked up one of R.L. Stine's young adult novels, like Midnight Scream or something, and I can just, like, show you guys that later. But right now, I'm going to start in again on my 3rd short story before starting reading this. I'm so excited for this book. Like, I'm really excited. Also, like, it's just because it's such a pretty cover. And in case you're curious, I've had 2 cups of coffee today and a rock star. But I got more caffeine waiting for me if I need it. But you should be proud, because I've been sipping on this since 9. It's about, like, only 3/4 done? Like, I got 1/3 left. Not 1/3. Like, 1/4 left. Yeah, let's call it that. But yeah, I have... That's my agenda. Depending on what time I finish this and what time I finish this, I'm going to be finishing The Vengeance Road. I have mixed feelings about Vengeance Road right now, but it's fine. I will probably, after I finish this, or like at least get halfway done with this, probably update again. Bye for right now. I am getting up for a little bit and stopping because I want to eat lunch. Probably gonna be a cheese quesadilla if I'm being honest. My head got cold, so I'm wearing a beanie. But phenomenal! I finished 2 stories in this, and I obviously read the 3rd story, and Slasher Girls and Monster Boys. Not creepy at all. I kind of called it, but it was written really well. So I think I'm gonna check out Cat Winters after this because I really like her writing style. Anyway, this is so good. I just finished the first 2 stories, and I'm having a blast. But again, I'm gonna get some lunch. I'll probably film that because food's great. And then, yeah, also, I'm kind of like showing you around about my room. It's kind of a mess. The walls are a mess and the floor's a mess, so it's fine. So, I have nearly completed this shiny thing. I have my last story, and it's based on The Little Mermaid. I can't film for shit. Anyway, it's based on The Little Mermaid, and I'm like super excited because I've already just looked at the illustrations. By the way, this book's illustrated and it's so beautifully illustrated. Anyway, I'm on the last story. It's 5-ish, which is really throwing me off because the sun is just like glaring at my face and it's 5? What? It's wild, but it's fine. Yeah, last one. I'm so excited. I probably will have the sun no later than 6:30, and then I don't know what I'm gonna pick up. I'm obviously gonna read another short story, but I kind of want to pick up more books, so I'll let you guys know in the next update. It is now just officially 6:20, and I finished The Language of Thorns. The last story is the longest story, but it's the best. I loved it. It was such a great retelling. Well, it wasn't even a retelling of The Little Mermaid. It was kind of like a prequel story to The Little Mermaid, which, great times. Great time. So, this is done. And actually, if I am correct, the next story that I'm going to be reading, next story I'm going to be reading in Slasher Girls and Monster Boys is Verse Chorus Verse by Leigh Bardugo. So, back to back Leigh Bardugo. It's gonna be a great time. It's been a great time for Kat. Also, my mother made roasted Brussels sprouts and they were delicious. I will probably update you after I finish that and decide what I'm going to read next. If I'm gonna just continue and read all of this in just one shot, or if I'm going to pick up another book and kind of like slip that in there and continue doing the read a book, short story, read a book, short story. Let you know. I finished the Leigh Bardugo short story and this, and I decided to pick up this book that I picked out, didn't pay for. I'm keeping to that promise. I'm not buying any books this month. I'm a badass. Anyway, yesterday morning at the library, this is one of the books I found. It was 25 cents, and I just read it, finished reading it. It was fun. It was weird, didn't really make all that much sense. I mean, it wasn't like the series of unfortunate events, which they made sense, even though they were weird and quirky. It's 29 observations on this weird pharmacy, obviously from the point of eyes of a child, so it makes sense why it doesn't make a lot of sense. That makes sense. But it didn't blow me away, and it was weird and quirky like classic Lemony Snicket, but it wasn't what I was wanting, so I was kind of sad. I kind of wanted it to be a lot darker. Wasn't that dark, but I mean it was still fun, so I gave it like a 3 out of 5 stars. I'm going to be going on to the next short story in this, which is by Megan Shepherd, which I can't remember what she's written right now, but it's Hide and Seek. So far, chorus, verse, chorus, verse. It's really good. I like that a lot. It kind of spooked me, but not that much. more. Really, still, like, in The Forest Dark and Deep by Carrie Ryan. It's really creepy, but I had fun. I had fun reading it. So I'm gonna be reading that. And then after that, I'm gonna just finish Vengeance Road, because I want to finish this book so badly. Even though it's not spooky, I just want to finish it. And then probably I'll carry on the rest of the readathon with this. It's 10 now, and I finally finished Vengeance Road. This took me forever to get through, even though I had ballpark 200 pages. But it was just, I had to force myself to get through this. I wanted to finish it because I've been reading it for so long. But the beginning started out great. Like, somebody died in the first chapter. It had like serious True Grit feelings, and like that's the one Western I can stand. But then there was a romance, and I started hating this book, and I started slaying all the characters but one, and the character wasn't even all that important to the plot. It has a really pretty cover though, so but still, like, anyway. So also before that, I finished that short story by Margaret Shepherd. It was fun. It was a fun time. I liked it. Did it scare me? No, it wasn't scary. But I did have a fun time reading it, so I'll give it points. I think I'm just going to continue reading this. Also, I'm at 49 out of 50 books for my Goodreads goal now, so I'm like, lit. I think I'm just gonna keep reading this for the rest of the night, see how far I get into it. If I don't finish it, I'm not gonna kill myself. I have read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 books. Admittedly, 2 I started beforehand and finished, and this was super short. It took me less than 30 minutes to read. But it was a comic, and it was a good time. So, do I regret? No. But, yeah. That sounds like that's gonna be the plan for the rest of the night. It's 10, 12. I have 7 hours left. So, I should get through a chunk of this. Yeah. At least 50%. I should be at least halfway through this. Yeah. Gotta play ass, but yeah. So actually this only means I'm technically only reading 2 books now. The Black Prism and this. Wow. Look at me. Go me. Anyway, yeah. I think I'm gonna get water and then finish this. I still haven't finished my coffee. It's like, I still have a bit left. Look at me. I haven't been super caffeine addicted, so another benefit. I'm rambling now. I think this is what happens when I get tired. I just start rambling. It's fine. It's fine. Oh, I should at least get to the J. Kristoff story because I know that will freak the fuck out of me. So, it's barely 5 a.m. and I'm dead. Like, dead. You know, when you reread the same sentence, I think I've been doing that for like an entire page now. So I'm gonna go to bed. Me. I stayed up for 24 hours and I feel dead inside. But I can say I've done this twice now. So that's a cool accomplishment. Yeah, I'm gonna go to bed now. I just want to do a real quick wrap up of what I've read. The first book I finished was Our Dark Duet by Victoria Schwab. I was about like here-ish. So I finished, like, I read 300 pages, the last 300 pages of this. So good. Like, definitely a 5-star ranking from me on this one. It was just a fun time, and I really enjoyed myself while reading it. Next book I finished, this was the only comic, and that was Hellboy in Hell, Volume 1, The Descent. And I had a shit ton of fun with it. It's like, You guys know I have a special place in my heart for Hellboy, and it's also why I have a special place in my heart for Ron Perlman for playing Hellboy. But I just had so much fun reading this. It's just, I don't know how to begin. Like, I'm just such a nerd for this, like, comic book series, comic book world from Dark Horse, and this was just fun. But I think it would have been so much better if I read the first series, the original series, but I don't have the first volume of that. I only have 2 and 3, so I do need to get the first volume. I believe it's on Amazon, but I'm not sure. But yeah, that's on my to-do list. The third book I read was Wink Poppy Midnight, and I said before it was kind of like reading a spooky Wes Anderson film, if he ever did a spooky film. It didn't scare me ever. It was kind of magical, and yeah, it had a lot of magical realism, I feel like, and it was kind of fun. It kind of reminded me of The Night Circus, though it wasn't to that level of writing or of that level of world building. Again, this is only, it's like 200 and, yeah, it's 247 pages, so it's not even quite to the 250 mark, but I still had a lot of fun. I really liked all the characters. I didn't think I would, but I did. Though my heart belongs to Wink, she's my favorite, but while I had a lot of fun reading this, I only gave it like a 4 out of 5 stars because I kind of figured who was who, like, in the first 20 pages, and like, I know it's a short novel, but I would have liked a little bit more suspense, though there were twists at the end that I did not quite see happening. I kind of knew who was going to be the hero, who's the liar, and who's the villain, so I did want a little bit of suspense on that front. Next book I read, The Language of Thorns by Leigh Bardugo. I had so much fun reading this. This is her collection of folk tales that belong in her Grishaverse, so the Grisha trilogy and the Six of Crows duology. These are stories that those characters would have grew up listening to, like being told. I had so much fun, and while I have the beautiful cover, dust jacket, its actual cover is beautiful, and then there is fantastic illustrations. This is just one of them, but I did really enjoy reading a bunch of folktales that some of my most beloved characters grew up reading. It was creepy, it was dark, I had a lot of fun reading this book. Definitely a 5 out of 5 stars for me. Next was 29 Minutes on the Swinster Pharmacy by Lemony Snicket. I actually picked this up used. My dad was so grateful to buy it for me, even though it was 25 cents, so I mean, but it was classic Lemony Snicket, kind of weird, kind of strange. I did wish it was a lot darker. It was clearly told from the point of view of a child, which, I mean, it's fine. But like I said before, I just really wanted it to be darker. But it was also like really like short and sweet, and like I really liked all the illustrations. Don't worry, that's not spoilers. But yeah, it's literally just 29 minutes. This quick read took me less time to read this than it took me to read the Hellboy comic. So I had a lot of fun reading this, but I did only give it a 3 out of 5 stars because I did want it to be a lot darker, like the series of unfortunate events. That's kind of the vibe I wanted from it, and I didn't get it. Again, it was like pretty much, I feel like an 8-year-old told this story, which it was cute, but not what I was wanting. Finally, I decided to finish Vengeance Road. Gorgeous cover, not so fun in the story. This was actually my least favorite book I finished reading in the readathon. The beginning started out great. It was kind of like high True Grit vibes, and I was really digging it. And then it kind of, the romance in this story threw that off for me, and I didn't really like it. It kind of redeemed itself towards the end a bit, but only like a little bit. Like, I don't even know what I'm trying to say. I mean, like, the first chapter, in the very first chapter, people are already dead and dying, and the character is such just so cool and so great, and I was so here for her. And then there was that romance, and I know I keep saying that, but it really bothered me. I didn't like it. But this cover is so pretty. So pretty. So I guess I need a little bit of redemption with the cover, but not much. The final book I started reading, I didn't finish it. It was Slasher Girls and Monster Boys. What I was doing throughout my readathon was reading a short story right after I finished one of the books, which I really am glad I did that, because I feel like I wouldn't have gotten as far. Like, I have 4 short stories left, so I might finish this today, actually. No promises. But I did enjoy a lot of the writing styles. So far, not a lot of them have creeped me out, like only like 2 or 3. I did read Jace Kristoff's, and whoa, man, it was so good. It was creepy. I'll give it that. It definitely was creepy. It kind of spooked me, but it wasn't as spooky as I wanted. I feel like I really want this to be like super spooky. I want some Stephen King, and I want some like R.L. Stein spooks, and I'm not quite getting that, so it's kind of a little bit disappointing. But it's definitely, every story definitely fits in the horror genre, and it is fun. I'll give it that. It is fun, and I like reading all the different writing styles from all of these different authors, and that's fun. So far my favorite still has to go to Carrie Ryan's story, In the Forest Deep and Dark. That so far is definitely my favorite. I like it even better than Lee Bardugo's and Jay Kristoff, so that's saying something. This was like really early in both of their careers. Like, this came out way before Language of Thorns, and like, it's so interesting to see her writing style and how it's like grown and matured, and I love it. But I think Language of Thorns was my favorite book, definitely of that day, maybe of the year. I really love that. That or our Dark Duet. It's like really neck and neck with those two. Anyway, again, so far I've had fun, but I kind of really want to be like freaked out. Like, I'm not quite getting that. Those are the books. I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. You saw me like be exhausted and up since 5 a.m. and all the way to 5 a.m. the next day. So that's an interesting experience. I had fun doing this, and I had fun obviously reading these. So, I mean, I read a bunch, so I'm not mad. But yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Bye!